This is the story of John and his best friend, George. He was a right little sot, always crashing into John. As you can see here, John was always finely turned out as he grew up, and he got himself a lovely motorbike, while George was just a madman, racing around the fields and causing all manner of mayhem. He wanted to grow up and be a classic scrambler. He sure could move on that bike, but he was very reckless. Meanwhile, John would get up early in the morning and head off to work, leaving himself plenty of time. John was a meticulously prepared motorcyclist. He would look round, signal, and maneuver. Of course, George had only just got out of bed, and he was heading to the factory too, but he hadn't even had his breakfast. Late as usual. Meanwhile, John was cruising down the street, showing everyone his superb motorcycling skills. Looked around, signaled, maneuvered, and there, plenty of space between himself and the lorry. Excellent riding. George was just eating his breakfast and would go straight onto his motorcycle, racing down the road over the speed limit with his L plates. Meanwhile, John had just pulled up, and at the crossroads, there was Jim Allison just coming past, heading to work, the office manager. Meanwhile, John looked, signaled, and maneuvered his way to work, calmly as you like. Came to the road junction, looked both ways, and gave way to all the old ladies crossing the street. Then at breakneck speed, young George would be racing, breaking the lights, jumping the amber, looking at his watch. He's going to have to clock in quickly. Off he goes. Straight into a roadworks. Oh my, oh my. Remember, George, throttle control, brakes, give way to all the oncoming traffic. And remember, don't crash into the roadworks. There was Dougie waiting for the clock in, and he's back on the bike again. He's going to make it in time. Yes. Look at John. Calm as you like, 10 minutes early for work every morning. Signaling in. Look at that style. Yes, all the ladies loved John's meticulous preparation. The bikes were spotless. Turned out beautifully as he pulls in for his morning packet of players. And a good old mag from the top shelf. Here he goes. He used to visit every morning, leave himself 15 minutes extra time so that he could pop in and get George his cigarettes and a nice little ladies' mag from the top shelf. There he goes, off to work now, only stopping for a brief glance, and off he goes. Starts first kick, beautiful motorcycle, and down the main street. Superb throttle control from John there. Bought those gauntlets out of Exchange and Mart in 1957. Here he goes. Nearly there. Meanwhile, his mate George is still going at breakneck speed. Look at him go. Dropping the clutch, spinning the wheels, straight into the office. And unfortunately for him, he met a delivery lorry. Oh dear, this is going to be a major crash, an incident. Oh, and George, my goodness. And he wakens up with a crowd around him. John loves George and goes to Casualty to collect him. But luckily, George is on his feet. But he's got some serious business to attend to at home, as PC Claude is going to issue him a license for dangerous driving. Of course, John heads off. He gets all the birds. Just look at that beautiful babe in her mod, scooting down the main street. So the motive of the story is preparation. Make sure your bike is immaculate. Leave yourself plenty of time and you'll get all the women and all the birds. Yes. Good night.